we didn't see any real change in him with just one. And so Lisa was like, well, I'm doing one in the morning and one at night. Why don't you try that? And so we did, and then the next day after we went to one-on-one, we noticed he was a lot calmer. The edge was like smooth off, and when he would get emotional, he would recover like within a couple minutes. And after a whole week of that, I'm like showing my husband, I'm like, that is not Nathan. That is not. Did you see what he just did? I mean, just recovery from a challenge was the main thing. And then, of course, falling asleep and staying asleep and being in a restful sleep was incredible. Just how still he was, like, oh, my gosh, he's very still. And just, I know that's why during the day that edge was gone, and just able to problem solve. And he has difficulty with fine motor, like opening packages and, turning doorknobs and getting out a door. He has a 0 to 60 if something doesn't work for him. Immediately he gets very angry. But taking the Laminine, that wasn't a problem. He would try something. If it didn't work, he'd try again, and he wasn't having the meltdowns. It was like, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's doing that. Did you see that? To my husband, and we were so excited that, like, he was getting the benefit that Lisa was talking about. We were so thrilled that it wasn't just for her. It was like actually working for us, and we're so happy. So,
well, I guess as a professional in the field, you were pretty impressed with that result with your own son. But as you looked more and more at what was happening with Dylan, knowing how extreme his condition was in the beginning, you must have been very, very impressed with what was happening there.
Oh, absolutely. And, going back to my professional background, of working with children in group homes, I just looking at someone like sweet Dylan, who Lisa has not given up on. And unfortunately, that's not the circumstance for everybody when they have a challenging child like Dylan and Nathan. Just because, and I want to emphasize that Nathan's Asperger's diagnosis, people often automatically think that as a lighter situation, but Nathan, has had extreme aggression, depression, suicidal thoughts, all at 6 and under until I changed his diet. So I want to emphasize that it was violent, tantruming. I guess what I want to say and be really honest is say that I can see where before I had Nathan and when I was working in those group homes, I was working with these kinds of children that Lisa and I have, that these parents didn't find the answers that we found, as in changing the diet and the supplementation that we found through Laminine and the diet change together, working together to create a child who's calm and happy and can problem solve. Because when I was working in the group homes, these parents didn't have that information, and they were at their wits' end, and also trying to keep the rest of their family safe. Because I'm talking about, I was working with populations from 11 to 18, and so these kids, just like Lisa was saying, they have these big bodies, and they're throwing chairs at you, and you've got other children in the home. You can't have that person there anymore, and that's what's so sad, that what I've seen. And my heart's desire and my passion in writing the second book is to invite myself over into these group homes and start this discussion about the teamship of the Laminine and the diet change working together to eliminate aggression in these environments so that these children can go back to their homes and be rejoined with their families. So that's my number one flag I'm waving right now, and I'm super excited for my next book to come out so that I can have a bigger platform to get into those places and do just that. So
that's great, and Dana, we're going to have you back when this book comes out, so we can let everybody know about it and we can talk more about this. I want this to be a subject that we talk about from time to time on our wake up call because I think it's so important. And my feeling, and I'd love to know what you think briefly, Dana, about this is that what we see happening in these cases of autism and Asperger's syndrome and other issues like this with children are things that we see happening with people throughout the population. In other words, depression, aggressive behavior, agitation, so many things that because of the extreme levels of stress that we have in our culture today, people can benefit from, whether they're diagnosed with a condition like this or not. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely, and that's exactly why I didn't put the word autism in my book title, because I didn't want to eliminate that part of the population, and that's why I will continue to speak with, whenever I do speak on nutrition, and I speak for health and welfare too, and I specifically don't put autism in my titles because of that, because I meet 1 to 2 people a week who have a child with issues of aggression, severe behavior problems, or attention and focus a week, 1 to 2 a week. And they are undiagnosed people. So exactly what I say, definitely we're talking about it in a bigger way so that people don't automatically exclude their children from the help they so desperately need.
Exactly. And we've had many, many testimonials on this call over the last year or so that testified to that exact fact. I want to thank you, Dana, and Lisa for being with us today. We appreciate your stories. They're inspirational. And thank you for all the work that you're doing to get the word out to these parents who are so desperately looking for something, just like both of you were at the point where Laminine came into your life. What a gift, what a blessing that someone was willing to talk to you all about what this product could do for you and your children. So thanks for being on our call today.